Why raising a family in Summerville, South Carolina is one of the best decisions you could make for you and your family.
I know, it's better here.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Living in Summerville, South Carolina, the original OG YouTube channel all about living in or moving or relocating to Summerville, Charleston, South Carolina. I have been doing this for almost 5 years, guys, and I absolutely love it. I've been giving you a ton of information over the years and even helped many of you relocate here. It's ironic, though. Some of you will come up to me out in public and say, hey, Ryan, we loved your YouTube channel. You helped us so much move, but we didn't use you.
I'm not crying.
I literally tell you guys, give me a call. Moving, relocating, whatever it is, you guys got to pick up the phone and call me. Did you miss that part of the video? You might have.
Are you listening to me?
If you need help relocating, moving, or you have questions about buying a home here, not renting, buying a home, give me a call, 843-226-5535. So today I am diving into why Charleston and Summerville, South Carolina, are the perfect places to raise a family. Let's start with Charleston. Known for its rich history and stunning coastal views, Charleston isn't just a tourist destination. It's a vibrant community with a lot to offer families. Now, Charleston's economy right now is just absolutely booming. In fact, the Charleston metro area has one of the largest and fastest growing economies in the nation, with the GDP growth rate of 3.8% in recent years. The job market here is ridiculously strong. The major employers like Boeing, Volvo, Mercedes-Benz Vans, and the Medical University of South Carolina offering diverse career opportunities. I can't help but talk about the jobs. The jobs are just fruitful here. There's a lot of people relocating for some of the great jobs here. It doesn't matter what you do. If you work in computers or you sell nuts and bolts, it doesn't matter. They have places and jobs for you. You really just need to reach out, because at the end of the day, and I just heard this yesterday, oh my God, California gonna start charging 30 cents a mile you drive. So not only do you have to pay the gas tax, right? But you're gonna have to pay 30 cents on the mile to just live in California. That's nuts. Newsom probably needs a new boat or a yacht. So that's what you guys are paying for.
I'm on a boat and it's going fast and I got an article theme, pass me the Afghan.
So congratulations. The cost of living in Charleston is relatively moderate compared to all of the other major cities, making it an attractive place for families looking to balance quality of life with affordability. Guys, when I moved here 9 years ago, we were coming from Western New York, and I gotta tell you, one of the craziest things about New York is just everything is so pricey. Your taxes are expensive. Like, we were paying $9,500 in taxes every year for an 1,100 square foot home. I mean, that's ridiculous. On top of your vehicle taxes and all of the additional fees that they tack on to vehicle inspections, permits. I mean, guys, the list doesn't end. And then if you're a business, good luck running a business in New York. Forget about it. You might as well just plan out the fact that you're going to pay the government all of your money that you're making in your business. You're just going to shell it out to the government, because that's just how New York is. We want to keep you broke enough where you still need us, but we want to make you think you're having a good living.
I fooled you right in profit, didn't I?
But you're living in beautiful New York State. Guys, get out of there. Let's talk about Summerville now. Just a short drive from Charleston, roughly 30 minutes depending on where you're going. It is known as the flower town in the pines. Summerville is famous for the azaleas and charming small town vibe. But there's more to it than just that. Just its beauty, that's one part of it. There's the schools, which are some of the best in the state. You not only have Berkeley County, but you have Dorchester District 2, which serves Summerville, consistently receiving high marks for academic performance and student support, which makes Summerville a fantastic place for your child's education. So when you start thinking about, okay, Ryan, what's Berkeley County have and what's Dorchester County have, and what's the big difference between the two? And Why is everybody telling us we need to live on the Dorchester side of things? Well, in full transparency, about 5 or 6 years ago, some blogger went out and just did a bunch of articles on Dorchester District 2 schools. And yes, some of them were pretty accurate for the most part, but a lot of them were written in an opinion piece, more of like, hey, this is my opinion, this is what I think, my experience, and I get that. I do the same thing. But what I can tell you is that people were literally using that as their go-to, as their point of reference for everything else. They were comparing all the other schools to DD2. And what I didn't like about that was some people were just moving here based on that article, and they weren't even really doing their own homework. They weren't doing their own research. So they were just taking what that article said and saying, hey, Ryan, we want to move to DD2. I don't care wherever else you got in the area. We want to be in DD2. It's out in the middle of nowhere. That's fine. Is it DD2? Great. We'll live there. And then what ends up happening is 6 to 12 months later, I get a phone call from those same people that absolutely hate where they live. And now they want to move out. And oh, their friends are over in a Berkeley County school. Why didn't I show them Berkeley County neighborhoods? Because you got laser focused in on DD2 and you didn't look at anything else. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of you do, is you forget that there's all these other areas and all these other districts. So don't, put blinders on and get tunnel vision on just DD2. There's a ton of really great schools here. And if you've got the budget, Mount Pleasant's pretty amazing. Their schools trump everybody. So if you're like, oh, we live in DD2, the greatest school in the world. No, you don't. No, not even close. Go to Mount Pleasant, then come and talk to me. But if you're somebody who's like, hey, we're okay with a 7, 8, 9 school. Like, we're good. We don't need 10s. We don't need 10 and up, then definitely Summerville will have you covered. Whether you're on the Berkeley or the Dorchester side, it really just comes down to personal preference. Maybe you like a little bit more yard space. Maybe you don't want to be in the hustle and bustle of like Nexton, Cane Bay, Carnes Crossroads. I get that because of the traffic. But what you need to realize, and this is pretty important.
Listen to me. Listen to Ignacio.
Is that lifestyle and the things that you're going to do pretty regularly, whether it's go out to restaurants, go shopping, maybe you just want to go somewhere and try and find a new store. All of that stuff, guys, is happening on the Berkeley County side. Now, a lot of people say to me, well, Ryan, they have some really great neighborhoods in Dorchester that are still affordable. Yeah, they do, but you're giving up that proximity lifestyle. You're losing out on being able to be two minutes from a grocery store. You're more like 15 over on that side of town. And if that's okay with you, then by all means, Dorchester's a great place. And I'm not knocking Dorchester. I'm just letting you know that there are differences between the two counties. Now, Summerville is also a great place for family activities. This is one thing. I have 4 kids going on 5. Yes, 5, I said it.
You're an animal.
With over 200 acres of parks and green spaces, Summerville is just packed with stuff to do. There's always something outdoors, whether it's a picnic in Azalea Park or a day at the playground. Your family will love the active lifestyle here. It's not to be undersold. The outdoor lifestyle, just the ability to go on a golf cart path, maybe ride your golf cart, bike, scooter, walk, run, whatever it is, you have the ability to do it. And then on top of it, there's so many waterways and areas you can go fishing, go boating. The outdoor lifestyle doesn't really stop. It just keeps going, and there's a lot of folks who absolutely come here. They visit here for that lifestyle. So you got people who are vacationing here, let alone people who are moving here. So if people are vacationing here, it's nice. It is. It's really nice. I like it a lot. Tim Hortons coffee. They don't have that shit here, but you can have it flown in. The low country lifestyle is all about community and connection. Listen, if you're an introvert, you may not really care for how community involved and the connection the neighbors want to make with you. I mean, there isn't a day that goes by that I'm not having conversation with one of my neighbors, or even, talking to strangers that I meet out at stores or shops. I mean, I'm a pretty talk talkative person, but I understand that some people are introverted, and that's okay. You can still live here and be introverted. Just know that you're going to probably miss out on a lot of the things that I'm talking about, such as farmers markets, cultural festivities. There's a real strong sense of togetherness here, and I think that's, again, what makes this area so special. Plus, with Charleston, just a short drive down the highway, you can enjoy the best of both worlds. You get that small town charm with big city amenities. And to be honest, that's one of the things I absolutely love about living here, is just that you're so close to everything, but you're not too far away. You know, you're not far enough away where it's like, oh, I can't go there today because we won't make it back in time. No, you can go there, do your thing, and then come back. It's just, you know, you're more of a 30-minute drive than you are a 10-minute drive. And for a lot of people, living in Summerville is a security blanket. And what I mean by that is, well, you got a lot of people who are afraid of flooding. And I totally align with you. I totally understand that. And they're like, Ryan, the last thing we want is a storm to roll up the coast and then us have to board up our doors and windows and evacuate. Totally get it. You're not going to really have to do that here in Summerville, because Summerville, for the most part, is 93 feet above sea level. We're inland enough where when the winds do get to Summerville, they tend to die down quite a bit. Now, we do have our severe storms. Don't let me downplay that at all, because we do have some pretty good storms that roll through, but they're not like what you would get if you lived right on the coast, okay? Speaking of coast, let's not forget to talk about the beaches. Living in Charleston or Summerville means you're never far away from the beautiful South Carolina coast. Imagine weekends spent building sandcastles, surfing, or just relaxing by the water. It's what I do with my family. It's absolutely an unbeatable way to unwind and bond as a family. I spend so much more time being mindful and present in my kids' lives when we're at the beach. Whoa, that's perfect. All right, go put it in your collection. You know, it's something about putting your phone down and being able to spend time with your family, whether you're having a little lunch on the beach, whether you're just building a sandcastle. I mean, my kids and I, we just went to the beach this past weekend and we had a ton of fun. We built sandcastles, we dug holes, we played with the water, we made a water thing. You know, it's just, there's a lot to do. And that's one of the pros, the big pros about living here. And again, if you're enjoying this content that I'm giving you, right, you're listening to this and you're going, Ryan, this all sounds exactly what my family and I want. Well, then you need to reach out. You need to give me a call. Do not call anyone else. Don't sign anything up on any websites. You're going to go to my website, www.buyfromrye.com. Okay. You're going to register and then you're going to give me a call. And once you call or text me, some of you aren't big callers, I get that. You can text me, reach out and just say, hey, my family and I are looking to relocate there. We saw your video. We need some help. Please help us. I'm going to then become your official real estate neighborhood expert, helping you out through this entire process because, well, to be honest, it is a little bit confusing. It is a little bit frustrating, and most people do get kind of emotional from it. You know, it's whether you're emotionally frustrated or you're emotionally upset, you know, it just depends. Let me help guide you and talk you through this. There are so many pitfalls. I don't want you to make them. I made them when we first relocated here. Cost us a ton of money and frustration and time. I totally get it. I don't want that to happen for you. Let's talk about both Charleston and Summerville because they both offer plenty of family-friendly attractions. So let's talk about the South Carolina Aquarium. You can go there. They have all tons of exhibits. They have manatees. They have stingray. They have sharks. Everything. The aquarium is jam-packed. Oh, sea turtle exhibit. I almost forgot about the damn sea turtle exhibit. You can go there and see all the sea turtles. They even show you the sea turtles that they're bringing back to health because they may have gotten a ton of algae on their shell or things like that. the aquarium will actually help them recover and get back into the ocean. So very cool project that they have going on there at the Charleston, South Carolina Aquarium. Now, let's talk about some of the other historic plantations. Or you can take a boat tour to see dolphins. Yes, we have dolphins here. It's probably one of my favorite things. I take my kids and my family to Shem Creek pretty often, not only for dinner, but we go there just to walk the boardwalk and see the manatee and the dolphins swimming. It's a great experience, and it's something that I think when you have kids and little ones and even older ones, they like seeing that stuff too. I mean, my teenage nephews just came down and they thought it was great seeing all the dolphins and the wildlife and just the alligators. They thought that was pretty cool. So again, there's always something new and exciting to discover. So I highly recommend, if you're even thinking about Charleston, you at least need to consider Summerville as an option for your lifestyle, because like I said, it's great for families, it's great for retirees, it's great for empty nesters. It's just great, guys. And so whether you're drawn to the historic charm or the economic opportunities of Summerville and Charleston, or the friendly community and excellent schools of Summerville, the Low Country is the perfect place to raise a family. Take it from me, my family and I have been here 9 years now, and I can tell you this, we wouldn't see ourselves anywhere else in the country. We align with the values here. We love the strong sense of faith to God. We absolutely love that we can feel safe. I can feel protecting my family because I'm allowed to, I'm licensed to carry, again, there's all these things that you may be going, well, that's definitely not allowed in my state. That wouldn't be allowed. That is allowed here. And I think it's important for you to know and at least consider that some of these things are relatively important in today's time. When you go out shopping, and I see the news stories happen all the time, but when you look at news and like people are just going out to the store and some random person runs up to a mother and punches her in the face and knocks her out, and then that person just takes off, like, what is going on in our world? Like, how is this getting, these people are going into jail and then getting released the same day? It just doesn't make any sense. If that was to happen here, the dude would fall and probably end up with like 20 bullet holes in him, or he go to jail and they're not going to release him the same day. They're going to keep him in there for a minute. And well, there's a good old thing called prison justice. And boy, oh boy, when you do something against a woman or a child, South Carolina knows how to enact justice, that's for sure. Thanks for joining me today on Living in Summerville. Remember, this is the original Living in Summerville because there's so many copycats now. I also have the Living in Charleston. So if you want to know more about Charleston, Mount Pleasant, go check out that channel as well. I'll put the information below. Guys, check out this video if you want to see more great neighborhoods in Summerville.